Hi, Vicki here. In this practice, we're going to focus on the back, specifically relaxing and releasing the low back through the use of folds, stretches, and twists. So I have one yoga block with me today. You can also use a folded up blanket if you don't have a block. So let's just dive right in. We're going to start in child's pose today. So come to hands and knees. Bring those knees about as wide as the mat, sit back on your heels, and then release the upper body down. Just relax into child's pose here. Let those arms relax out in front of you. Feel pretty gentle. Not going to be real intense today. The goal is to just move, stretch, help ourselves feel better. Child's pose is also a really grounding pose. Great pose to start with because it helps to relax the mind as well. You help settle into your environment a bit. Come more to the present moment. Notice the breath a bit more. Just becoming a bit more mindful. Alright, we're going to deepen this stretch a little bit here. I'm going to utilize my yoga block. Hands out on the yoga block and then let my head relax back down to the mat. You should feel the stretch a bit more in your upper back. Great stretch for the triceps as well too. Relaxing the arms. We're really going to take our time here today. I'm just going to just stay in these postures, breathe a little bit. Let the body just kind of let that tension go. Your next inhale, lift a bit. Move that block to the top of the mat. And then we're going to do a little side body stretch here. Walk those hands around to the right side. Stay nice and low here. Feel that stretch all the way through the side of the body. Alright, start walking those hands around nice and slow. Coming around to the left side. Stretching the left side of the body. Start to make your way back around to center. Relax the body down, and this time relax those arms back, hands towards the feet. Bring those hands back forward. And we're going to start to add a little bit of movement here. So coming up, pushing the hips forward, and then pushing back to child's. Inhale, lift, come forward. Exhale, push back. A couple more times here. Move forward, pushing back. And one more, lifting up, pushing forward, and then relaxing back. Alright, let's begin to make our way towards tabletop. So we're going to bring those wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips here. Back neutral to begin. Alright, let's do 5 rounds of cat-cow here. So at the inhale, pull the belly button in, arch the back, drop the head. Exhale, release belly, roll up the back. 4 more, coming up to cats. With the cats. Release down. Lift. Lower. One more. Nice big arch back. And then release the belly. Alright, come back to neutral. And let's make our way all the way down onto our bellies. We're going to come into Sphinx. Those elbows are under the shoulders here, forearms flat to the mat. Letting the pelvis relax into the mat here, lifting the chest. Let the shoulders come down a little bit. Open up some space for your neck. Release all the way down. Make a little pillow with your hands. We're going to come into crocodile. Just set the forehead on the hands. Let those toes roll in here. Also called prone savasana. With your next inhale, start to make your way back to tabletop. And then from here, we're going to tuck our toes, lift our hips, and come into down dog. All right, lots of movement in this first down dog today. Bend the knees. Work the body a bit here. Let those knees come across, get a little twist. Your time with it. Come back to neutral, and then let's let those knees come back down. Take a moment in tabletop. And then tuck those toes, lift the hips once more, returning to down dog. Alright, let's bring the right hand back, right hand back towards the left foot. Back to the front. Left hand back towards right foot. Return to the front. Push those heels down. Come forward a bit. Press the heels down. Come forward a bit. Just little movements here. A few more times. Let's start walking those hands, or the feet towards the hands. Hang out in that forward fold. Let those knees bend a bit here. Maybe a really generous bend here. A little movement in the upper body. Let it go from side to side a bit. Walk those hands around to the left side. And then swing around to the right side. Back around. Other way. back to center. And then push through the feet to roll up. Once you get to the top, roll those shoulders back. I'm going to utilize this yoga block again, and we're going to come back into that forward fold. So we're hinging at the hips, letting the upper body come down. Relax, let those hands sit on the block. Keep the legs a little bit straighter here. It's always okay to have the knees soft. But let's keep them a bit straighter and just kind of let that upper body release down. You may be up a lot higher. That's a-okay. It all develops over time. That block can help you give a little bit of a landing zone, especially if you're not quite reaching your feet yet. Just try to relax into the fold as much as possible. Keeping that breath flowing in and out through the nose the whole time. All right, once more, pushing through the feet, rolling up to stand. Rolling the shoulders back at the top, standing in mountain, hands open here, tall and proud. The inhale, lift the arms, upward salute. Like you're stretching to stand even taller, lengthening your spine. Exhale, releasing those arms back down. One more lift. Release. Lift. Release. Alright, we're going to come into a wide forward fold next, so come horizontal on your mat. You're going to also utilize that block again. Bring those feet about 4 feet apart, wider if you're taller, closer if you're shorter. Hands to the hips, and then hinge at the waist, releasing into a wide forward fold. From here, you can relax those hands down to the mat, or bring them to your block. Let the body hang here. As always, you can soften or deeply bend those knees. Any spot that works good for you. Bring those hands back to the waist. Use the inhale to roll back up to standing. Let's take a nice full breath there at the top, and then we're going to release down into our wide forward fold again. I'm going to move my block out further. We're going to bring our arms out further in front of us. So more of a stretch here. We're still folding, but we're also stretching, lengthening the back. A lot of times we also have tightness in the hips or shoulders that then kind of moves into the back as well too. So sometimes we need to open up the shoulders and the hips as well to help release the back. All right, walk those hands back in. Roll up to standing. Roll the shoulders back at the top. And let's come into start. Bring those arms up. Stand tall and proud. And release with the exhale. We're going to come back down onto our mat. So take a seat on your mat. Come into easy pose. Just a nice seated crisscross applesauce. Once again, roll those shoulders back. Sit up nice and tall. Really find that good posture for a moment. All right, and then from here, we're going to come into a twist. We're going to bring the left hand to the right knee and turn and look back over the right shoulder. Release with the exhale, come around to the opposite side, right hand, left knee. Looking back over that left shoulder. release around the front, and then come into forward fold. Just a little bit here. We just want to release forward a bit. And then work your way back up. Let's exchange legs. Opposite leg in front. And then when you're ready, walk those hands forward again. Move forward, fold. Move those hands back in. Nice and tall once more. And then let's extend those legs out in front of us. Sit in staff for a moment. Hands relax by your hips. Shoulders down the back. Pull that belly button in. Flex the toes back towards the face just slightly. Chin parallel to the floor here. Inhale, lift the arms and then relax forward. Come into that fold. Just let those arms relax by the sides here. We're not concerned about how far the upper body comes down. Just want to more relax into it. Allow the back to stretch. These folds are also stretching the hamstrings and the glutes. By releasing those muscles, we can also release some tension in the back as well. The inhale, make your way back up to staff. Just one breath here. And let's come on down onto our backs. We're going to come into fish next, so we're going to utilize that block. It's going to go under our shoulder blades. This is a great stretch for the upper back. So just releasing the head behind the block. The goal here is to lift the chest, stretching the upper back, that thoracic spine. Let the belly soften here a little bit. The lower body really relax. It's also a good stretch for the throat. Next, inhale, lift the head, and then the shoulders to come out of fish. We're going to use this block once more. We're going to come into supported bridge. So lay all the way down on your back, and then just bring that block right under your tailbone. Relax the arms by the sides. Stay right here in supported bridge, or lift that tailbone and rotate the block up to the level 2 to make the stretch a bit deeper here. Up to you. You can totally stay on level 1. But if you want to go deeper, go further into the posture, rotate that block up to level 2. lift that tailbone, slide the block out of the way, relax the tailbone back into the mat. Take a moment there. And then we're going to make our way into reclined pigeon. So we're going to bring the right ankle to the left knee, and then we're going to pull in on the left thigh. In this posture here, really focus on releasing the full length of the back into the mat and making sure you're not leaning one way or the other. Make sure the back is nice and flat. This is a nice stretch for the hips as well. Release the hands, let the foot come back down to the mat. Let the arms relax by the sides. This is figure 4 here. Take just a moment here. And then we're going to move into a twist as well. So bring those arms out to the sides, and then let that right foot come down towards the floor. You want to keep both the shoulders in the mat here, the chest open, as we relax into this figure 4 twist. See if with each breath you can let the body release more. Inhale to rotate back up. Release the foot back to the mat. Take a moment there on your back. And let's move to the opposite side. So left ankle, right knee. And then pull in on that right thigh, coming into reclined pigeon. Once again, make sure you're not leaning one way or the other. Back is nice and flat here. The exhale, release. Take a moment there in figure 4. And then move those arms back out to the sides. And then come into our figure 4 twist here. Bring that left foot down to the floor. Be mindful to keep both shoulders in the mat here. This is another opportunity to utilize that block, especially if you're having trouble keeping the shoulders in the floor. Put it under that foot to give you just a little bit of lift there. Use the inhale to come back to center. And then release the foot back to the mat. Arms along the sides. Alright, we're going to do a supine twist here, so bringing the arms out to the sides. We're going to shift the hips a bit to the left and then drop the knees to the right. Another opportunity to use the block. You can place that block between the knees, especially if it feels too intense to just let the knees fall together. Decide what works for you today. Do your best to relax into this twist. back to center. Those knees to the center, center of the tailbone, and shift the hips a bit to the right, drop the knees to the left. Once again, you can just let those knees fall towards one another, or if you want a little support, put that walk between the knees. With your next inhale, start to make your way back to center. Center everything up once more. And then we're going to come into our final resting pose, Savasana. Let those arms relax by your sides. Lengthen those legs out. Let the toes roll out a bit here. Nice full breath in through the nose. Out through the nose. Let those eyes close for a moment. We're going to spend 5 mindful breaths here. Inhale in through the nose. Out through the nose. Stay with the breath. More mindful breath here. Big inhale in through the nose. Out through the nose. From here, full body stretch. Extend the arms. Lengthen up the legs. Big stretch. The release. Exhale. Exhale with the release. Roll to one side. Take a moment there on your side. And then start to make your way towards a seated position. Alright, roll those shoulders back a few times. 2 deep breaths together. Big inhale, lift those arms. Exhale, release down. One more big inhale. Exhale, release. Thank you so much for joining me and Cosmic. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.